What's up? What's up, YouTube? Crypto Cho back with another video. You already know I'm bringing you the latest and the greatest in cryptocurrencies. And today, man, I'm going to talk about why you need to own 500 AVAX coins, man. Today is going to be a very good video, and I'm going to give you my thesis on why owning 500 coins will change your life. And I know you're like, 500 coins, Tro, that's a lot. But if you just think about the gains you can get from owning those 500 coins in the future, maybe in 2025 when we're in a full head-on bull market, you're going to understand why I'm saying those 500 coins. So we're going to talk about price. I'm going to give you my thesis on why you should own 500 AVAX coins as well. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications, man. I appreciate everybody who continues to tune in to the channel each and every single video I drop. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like this video and also share it with anybody who is investing or has interest in AVAX. And also make sure you leave comments and let me know what you feel about the AVAX blockchain or the Avalanche blockchain and how you feel about what they are doing in the crypto space. And before I get too deep into it, I gotta let you know I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research when it comes to the crypto space, because this is a volatile space and we truly don't know what's going to happen in the long term. So please, pretty please, people, make sure you do your own research and have conviction in whatever crypto project you're investing in. So enough of that. Let's get into the good stuff. Why you should own 500 coins. Let's talk about it. But before I do that, we're going to talk about price. Let's get into it. So we can see right now price is at $12.48. Down less than 1% on the day, so still looking good for AVAX. I love this price point just because it's super cheap right now, in my personal opinion, especially with it, being such a high market cap. And I always tell people, zoom out, and we can see if you zoom out, if you would have got an AVAX in 2020, you still would be in profit. You would have bought at $4, and right now it's 12, so you'll be up 170% all time. And that's why I say you want to buy those dips. The dips are very critical. You don't want to go into the bull market looking to buy. You want to have already bought some of these projects in the bear market. And that's not financial advice. That's just how every asset class works. Even in stocks, you want to buy stocks when they're super cheap or super undervalued, and it's really a narrative behind that specific stock. And I love to see how AVAX is creating this very big narrative behind tokenization. We're going to talk about that as well. But I love to see this price right now because this is a significant dip. Although we did see, prices go down to $10.87 in the beginning of 2023. So even if you were to start investing on the 1st of 2023, you still will be in some type of profit. It got all the way up to $18, and now we back at $12.49. But I always say zoom out, because we know those dips occur like crazy, and it crashes very hard in the bear market, but in the bull market it goes up even more than it did the last cycle. So that is just how the crypto cycles work. And we can see right now market cap is at $4.3 billion, ranked 18 out of all the cryptocurrencies. Volume is up 4%, coming in at $116 million, ranked 29. So volume is being pumped for AVAX. And that is always a good signal that, the chain is still here and still pumping and still doing what it needs to do, man. So let's get into the good stuff. I found this article on CCN, and we're just going to talk about the AVAX, and they are really saying some of the similar things that I've been saying, but we're going to talk about it going deep into the blockchain. So some of the key takeaways for the Avalanche blockchain is designed to be fast and immune from network slowdown, and has an increase in daily users over the last few months. Nevertheless, the price of its native token or native coin, AVAX, has not reflected the upturn in blockchain usage. AVAX holders will be hoping that the newly launched Avalanche Vista program can give the crypto a boost. So we talked about the Vista program, and we're going to go even in more depth about it. But let's continue to read. And so We see the blockchain has been performing well over the last few months with the growth in activity on the platform as more and more people use it. However, that positive news has not really had that much of an impact on the price of AVAX. So we know I showed a chart in one of my AVAX videos showing how the users in July continues to grow, and that's another bullish sentiment in the crypto space. I don't really necessarily look at price because prices are down, but are people actually using this blockchain? Is more people, or are more people creating that, mass adoption as network effects happen? And I believe that's going to very much so be a narrative in the next bull market once we start to see more people come onto the blockchain. So we can see the launch of Avalanche Vista, a $50 million platform which tokenizes real world assets, could have an impact on the price of AVAX. So we know we talked about the Vista program earlier, and we saw how pretty much Bank of America is really supporting AVAX as far as giving them a shout out in their paper about the tokenization of assets in the future. And I think it's going to be very, very big. I always talked about how I believe everything is going to be on a blockchain in the future. I believe assets, different asset classes, not only crypto, but I'm talking about, stocks, equities, real estate, even car titles, things like that will be on the blockchain showing who actually owns this. And I believe Avalanche is really pushing that narrative and really putting money behind this because Bank of America estimated, I believe, $5 to $16 trillion will be eventually on the blockchain. And I think if AVAX even gets, 1% of that, that's going to be major for the blockchain by them pushing the Vista program with this $50 million investment behind it. It's going to be something to look forward to in the future. So let's continue to read it and let's continue to go depth into what's going on. So blockchain analytics company recently released its quarterly report on AVAX. It highlighted and outlined some key advantages and disadvantages of the blockchain. So it found that AVAX had 79,000 average daily users, up from 70,000 year on year, and more than double than the 38,000 daily active addresses in the previous quarter. More than 1.5 million daily transactions, up from a little over 910,000 year on year, but down from the more than 1.9 million quarter on quarter. Then an average market cap of 4.5 billion. Now it is down from that 4.7 billion year on year and down from the 5.8 billion quarter on quarter, but still $1 billion on the AVAX blockchain as far as market cap is very, very big in my personal opinion. Then we can see the quarterly revenue of 4.5 million. It is down from that 37, but we are in a bear market. We are in a bear market, and that's why I love to say, because it's just how the bear market works. We're in the bear market blues. So you got to understand these things when it comes to, the crypto space. So some of the advantages of AVAX had worked towards developing its non or NFT sector, and then carried out good work on linking subnets with the main blockchain system. Now, we do know, if you watch any of my videos, I talk about DeFi Kingdoms. They are one of the subnets on AVAX, and it's going to be many more subnets, and I believe there's going to be a good narrative in the future as well. People building these subnets on this blockchain and making it to where it's easy to do transactions. It's seamless and it doesn't clog up the network. It doesn't clog up the blockchain. DFK chain has not failed, and we're gonna knock on wood. I'm not jinxing it, but it hasn't failed yet, man. Transactions always go through for me, and they always do it fast. So very, very bullish on the subnets narrative as well. They said they did a good job on bringing Web2 organizations onto the blockchain. What are the disadvantages of AVAX? Well, they struggle in the wake of the market crash following the news from the SEC was suing the Binance and Coinbase exchanges. Did not particularly see active developer base, and have seen a large percentage of its validators, people who verify transactions, go offline throughout the quarter. that's something that I believe that can be fixed, especially in a bull market. People do leave, in a bear market. Only the strong survive. But I can't say that developers are leaving Avalanche because I feel like it's new projects popping up on the blockchain each and every day. So that's something I look forward to, or something that I can't just truly say that I believe. Maybe the numbers might say it. Maybe developers have left. Some projects have went ghost and went dead, but that's on any blockchain, especially in the bear market. Projects are going to fall off if they don't have enough runway to make it through the bear market. And I believe that's what happened to some of these developers and some of their dApps. But at the same time, I do still see new people come into this blockchain. And also, with the tokenization theory, I don't believe you're going to need too many developers anyway, just being honest. Now, I would like to see more and more developers come on to the blockchain and create DAOs, but with the tokenization of assets, Avalanche is going to set that up, especially for, these big companies that want to get on the blockchain. That's going to be something bullish and a very, very big narrative that we're using the blockchain for it. And I think, I don't think all dApps are necessary. I think only dApps that's going to survive are the dApps that are necessary or fun and keeps the community engaged. Now, dApps that just come in and do money pools and don't have a true utility or isn't a necessity in the future, then they're going to eventually die off, and that's going to be on every blockchain. But I do believe people are still building on AVAX, and they're doing some wonderful things on there. So just explaining AVAX. AVAX is a blockchain that is designed to be scalable. In other words, it is not meant not to slow down when the network gets busier, thus saving people who use it time and perhaps more importantly money. Much like ETH, AVAX or Avalanche makes use of smart contracts, computer programs that automatically execute once certain conditions are met. AVAX was set up in 2020 by computing experts Emin, Kevin, and Ted. So that's just a background on AVAX, what it is, what it's doing, who it was set up by. But let's get into the good stuff, man. Why you should own 500 AVAX. I just explained to you really my thesis behind it already, but let's just dig down deep. And I love to look at market cap of. So right now we're looking at AVAX with the market cap of BNB when BNB was at its all-time high. And when BNB was at its all-time high, it was at $110 billion. Now, I believe AVAX can be $100 billion company, $100 billion blockchain easily. And let me tell you why. I believe this because more and more people are coming on. We saw how the active daily users continue to increase. More dApps are being made. But not only that, like I said, remember when I talked about the tokenization of assets and how Bank of America predicted pretty much $5 to $16 trillion of assets will eventually be on blockchains. And I'm not saying AVAX will capture all of that money because that's going to be virtually impossible. But just doing at least 1 to 2% of that trillion is going to be major for the blockchain. And I believe they can easily capture that just because they're pushing it right now with the Vista program, $50 million invested behind the tokenization of things. And we already getting shout outs from Bank of America. Just think who's next, especially with this very, very intricate blockchain. We're going to see a lot of things happening in the bull market for AVAX. So will AVAX hit $500? I'm not quite sure, but I do believe it can hit $110 billion market cap, which puts it at $318 per token. And at that price, if you own about 500 tokens, that is $159,000. So that's going from $6,000 to $159,000, man. And that is life-changing money. Even if it just goes back up to or goes to all-time highs right now, it's still a good double up, more than a double up, because all-time highs were like at 130, 120. I'm not quite sure. Let's check it out. We can see all-time highs at the peak was about, 125, 130-ish. I can't put the exact number on it, but 125, okay, 134 was the all-time high. So I believe it can easily hit all-time highs and easily go past all-time highs and hit that $200 mark. And that's my personal take on things. And we can see at that all-time high, market cap was at 30 billion. So we were on our way to that 100 million, but the bull market ended and everything just absolutely tanked. But now it's probably one of the best times to actually start investing and compounding. Now, I don't think this will happen until 2025-ish, or the beginning of 2025, maybe the end of 2024. We know the Bitcoin halving, which really starts everything, happens like in May or April of 2024. So after that, we start to see altcoins slowly but surely rise in price. And I believe by the end of 2024, 2025, we will see a $200 AVAX token. So let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about AVAX. Also, I'm telling you, 500 AVAX coins will change your life. So, Crypto Troll, that's my video for today. I'm out of here.